How's it going, everyone? Coach K here. So, how you guys feeling today? We got that bull run coming and it's pumping like crazy. I don't know if you guys have been checking this out, but let's just show you right now what's actually going on in the market. We're at 8,200. That's some craziness, guys. What's up, Danny? What's up, Peter? Anyone else that's watching, guys, just say hello. And look at this market, man. Holy moly. We had this huge Kujin bounce last night. It dropped all the way down to, where are we going? We're on the 4 hour. Let's go on the hourly and look at this huge drop that bounced off this Kujin right here. So if you'd jumped in just at 5 o'clock in the morning, my time, about 8 hours later, you'd be up what's $650, $670. Craziness what's going on in the market today. Corey, how you doing, man? Richard, what's up, my brother? Hope you guys are doing well. If you're on Facebook, guys, say hello. Oh, what's up, Lily? Remember to click that like, subscribe, that share button, smash those likes. Okay, now really crazy stuff going on in the market. I want to just talk about some other stuff and kind of rub it into someone first. So Nurel Rubini, you were wrong. You're wrong. And well, sorry, dude, you were wrong. And you know what? You were the biggest hater, so let's get the haters on to him. If you guys ever want to see the news channel that I have, just go to t.me/Athena Project. You'll get all the news feed stuff that I do, and it's really easy to access. And as you guys may have noticed yesterday, before this whole really big push, I had posted the Bakkt information a couple hours before, and then we had this huge pump. So all these things kind of correlate. It's good to know the news. It keeps you up to date. So jumping into what's going on. So Rubini said, 20K to 4K, all them other down of 80 to 99%. I rest my case. The crystal bubble went bust for good. It's never coming back. Bitcoin is dead. Well, sorry, wrong. Oh yeah, Shane, okay, fine. I will admit that Shane McQuillan, I thought we'd have a dead cat bounce. We would bounce down and touch the, retest and come back up, but we just went full bull. Fidelity, thank you. Bakkt, thank you. All that, thank you. What's up from the Netherlands, John? Great to see you, brother. Now, just jumping in over here, let's just look over here and talk about this. Now, if you're watching on a different channel on Facebook, come on to Block Traders channel so that you can see it, or go on to YouTube and look up Athena Education so you can watch live. Now, Rubini, you're wrong. Sorry, dude. Bitcoin is definitely not dead. Let's move on. Bakkt yesterday says that they're going to launch Bitcoin futures, but only in July. So it's like really bullish, but not really that bullish. But the market's reacting to already bullish sentiment. So that's what's going on. Why is Bitcoin pumping? Really good question, Rem. We have Bakkt, we have Fidelity that's coming online very shortly, and all these types of things are going ba-boom. And if we're gonna have this Bitcoin boom, great. Let's see all the alts follow. Alt season will be coming once Bitcoin has the chill sesh. Really, everyone thinks we're going to chill at 6K. We're going to chill at 7K. Now we're at 8K. Maybe we'll go to 10K before we have some movement that's kind of sideways. The crazy thing is, guys, what I think and what you guys should probably start noticing is that cryptocurrencies were like completely dead a month and a half ago. Like before April, when I was saying April, everyone watched for April. People were saying, why April? I'm like, I'm telling you April. And I can't tell you why, because I knew some stuff was happening on the background. Then like, boom, April comes, the second day of April, and we freaking pumped like crazy. Then we had the Fidelity information, and we've had all this positive news. I'm going to show you some more today. We have the eBay news, we have the PayPal news, we have Amazon news. So all these things are going to pump the price because it makes it bullish. And I'm going to give you another really interesting thing. So Shane, you're saying 12K. 12K is also a possibility, absolutely. And that's not something that I even doubt. The way Bitcoin works generally, guys, is we went from this level around 5, 6K, 7K up to 20K in 3 weeks. So, we could see us hit some, really higher peaks, even though it looks like it's done. It might not be. But remember this. Always, if you're being smart, think about when you should start taking some profit. It's never a bad idea to take a little bit and get it done. For ETH, LMAO, yeah. ETH just crushed it. ETH follows after Bitcoin usually, which then creates the alt season. So I showed you guys a chart yesterday of how we're not really anywhere close to that. So we'll see how far up that chart we can get. Now, moving on, this is another really big indicator of bullishness. We saw that over the last 2 days, Bitcoin had its largest volume ever. Let me repeat that. The largest volume ever. What that means simply is that Bitcoin is having more volume, more money being put into it as a whole than it ever had in 2017. Let that sink in for a bit to think of, well, where could we possibly go? There's a lot of places we can go. Neil, what's up? Eric, what's up? And Tommy, what's up, my brother? Now, what do you guys think this means? So I'll let you guys throw in some comments as you hear the conversation today, but what do you think it means when you see more and more volume getting pumped into the market? Volume generally does what? Now, I'll give you another example of things that we're starting to see. How many of you have had friends that you've been talking to about crypto for a while and said to them, yeah, Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that, whether it was in 2017, 2018, or even this year, and they were like, yeah, whatever, blah, blah, it's bull crap, it's fake, it's not going to be real. How many of those same people or new people in your life, or your grandparents, your uncle, your dad, or your mom, came to you and said, how do I get this Bitcoin stuff recently? Now, if they're saying, how do I get it? That means they haven't got it yet. So you don't have to be fearful yet because they're not greedy enough. When they start telling you and their friends about Bitcoin because they bought some, that's when I'm going to start selling my Bitcoin. Not financial advice, just what I'm going to do. Now, moving on, here is another big factor of why it's going everywhere. Yes, volume absolutely, Shane, is indicative of a healthy market. It means that if we have more money coming in, more real money coming in, not fake volume, which is what we probably had a lot of before, and now some actual volumes coming in with institutions like Fidelity, like Eris, like Bakkt, like Blackwater. All four of those combined have, like, I think it's about $30 trillion or something around that. So, I mean, imagine just $30 trillion into a market cap that's not even 300 billion right now. There's a lot of room for growth in this market, which is beautiful. High volume, high prices, green candles, waking up every day to beautiful gains is a great thing. But remember, you can take little bits of profit for the pullbacks, buy the dips. That's what I do, and it's a really good indicator. So what you could have done here as an example, last night you saw it ran up yesterday from, around the 7,000 to the 8,000 mark. At this point, you could have sold some, you're up $1,000 in a day. And then at that point, you wait till this dip here, or you set a buy order a little bit lower, and then you buy in here. And then today you make another 8-9% instead of just making, for example, 18%, for example. So you make more profit doing that. So take a little bit out and put some more back in. What's up, Bobby Jamal? Do you think there's a possible pullback BTC today, possibly starting the FOMO? It's really hard to say right now because there is people that normally would never be in crypto starting to talk about crypto, starting to ask, where do I get crypto? How do I start with crypto? These are things that you're going to see your friends and family members. Look at Bitcoin right now. It's 8,300. Do you see this FOMO? It's breaking through the resistance literally as we're speaking. It may even turn into support. We're going to move. We're looking to move in places that I didn't even draw more resistance because it's been so long. These are my lines from like 2-3 weeks ago. So if you just think about that in itself is pretty insane. Now remember, I said April 1st, we're going to start a bull run. Let me just show you what I meant by that. I said April. Everyone was saying, why April? Well, look, this is April 2nd, okay? From April 2nd till today, we are up 98%. Insanity, right? Beautiful insanity though. You should love it. Where should I sell to buy back in? Well, you have to kind of make your own points. There's no way you can guarantee selling the top rem. So what you would do is look for a point where you're happy to take a little bit of profit and then you wait for a little bit of a pullback. We're going to 84, 8,500. This is just beautiful. I mean, anyone that's been holding Bitcoin for a while or buying on every dip, you're probably laughing today, I'll tell you that for sure. I know in the last week, the Bitcoin that I have has increased in its value a lot. And the thing is, I don't even leverage trade really. So if I was leveraging, my goodness, I can only imagine like one of my members, Waleed, he put a 1 Bitcoin 50x leverage at 7,100 yesterday and made like 8-9 Bitcoin. Craziness, right? Steve, yeah, it's great to be back, guys. I'm going to show you another thing that's been going on in my life. If you haven't watched the other video that I posted yesterday about what's happened with the whole block traders fiasco and all that stuff, I'm now block traders by myself. The other person that was involved has now been taken out of the equation. I've shown really good examples of why that's happening and what he is doing to me, but I'm not going to talk about that or focus on that today. Now, the Wall Street Journal comes out and says this, that the threat of U.S. trade hits the U.S. markets. The fresh China tariffs heightened the standoff. People are talking about potential wars or tanker attacks and stuff. These types of things make people fearful. So what happens is, very simply, you see the market start to drop. So the stock market's been dropping like a fly, and where's that money coming into? Well, some of it must be flippening, which, I mean, I've been talking about this for a year at least, that we're gonna have a flippening. Now we're having a flippening. It's finally come to us. You know, I've been doing this for 2 years. I've been saying it's gonna eventually happen. I think we're actually getting to the point where crypto is starting to have a little bit of a flippening. So we're getting really excited about that, and it's awesome. Ben says, hi Joel, what do you think Ripple will reach $3 in the next few weeks? No, Ripple's not going to reach in the next few weeks, but by the end of the year, I'm hearing a lot of snippets coming in that there's going to be a massive pump by the end of the year. So look for October, November. It will probably increase right now to maybe 50 cents or so, but look for near the end of the year for Ripple to have its really, really big movement. And it could come earlier, but I was told from some people that know a lot more than I do that Ripple will look to see a very big jump like it did last time in a short amount of time in October or November, and likely will stay somewhere in that range after, not actually drop like a fly like it did over the last year and a half. So that's what's actually happening. Trevor, what's up, man? How nice to see you. What's the timing between BTC and alts pumping, when BT starts going down or consolidating? The thing to look for, it's a really good question, guys. This is what you have to think of, okay? Number one, okay, this is really, really important. Number one, when Bitcoin stops moving, you need to first see Ethereum move up. Then altcoins will follow. So make sure that you have that in your mind. Also, when BTC chills, watch BCH, watch Litecoin, watch BCH, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple. And even though Ripple is hasn't moved a lot, it might. So this is something to keep in back in your mind. It could, but we're definitely looking at the top 4, top 5 coins. Those ones will move first. Maybe even the top 20 coins will move first, minus Tron, obviously. And then we'll see, you know, the other alts come in and start to make moves, the midterm and the really low sat alts. So that's what you should keep your eyes on, because people might lose a little bit of the value of their coins in Bitcoin value because of that. So you want to hold your Bitcoin while it's going up. When Bitcoin chills, then the altcoins go up, then it increases your Bitcoin. If you put all your Bitcoin into alts too early and Bitcoin goes up, your Bitcoin levels go down. So you might make money versus US dollar value, but that's not the whole point. Thanks, Joel. Great to hear. Start stacking up some more Ripples. Absolutely, Ben. Look for it actually after this rise. If we do have a correction, it could happen still, to look for consolidation first. Don't buy all the way up, okay? It's a bad call. We definitely are gonna have some type of corrective measures happening at some point. We're gonna need to go on a 50% retrace like markets normally do. We will have an end to a parabolic movement. So just keep that in mind, that even if we get to like $20,000, we could come down a little bit before we go up again. So it's not just gonna go in a straight line up. We learned this in 2017, and if you're new to this space, remember that from 2017. Hi Penny, nice to see you. It's been a while. Ram, keep a check on Raven coin, super cheap, 5 cents. Isn't it good? It needs confirmation. Raven has a lot of stuff going for it, for sure. There's some stuff that I kind of in the past I didn't really like. I don't know if they have their escrow set up yet, but it could be a really good project long term. It definitely has some really good fundamentals around it, but I haven't checked the chart for Raven. Maybe we could check that later. So a really sad moment today happened. So Suzu put this online and I was just like blown away. I'm sure you may have or may have not seen it. Someone actually bought $100,000 Litecoin. I hope it was Charlie Lee because like, oh my goodness. So yeah, someone must have got a fat finger, pressed a couple more zeros than they were supposed to, or had their kid on their computer or something and bought $100,000 Litecoin. Ouch. That's all I have to say is ouch. That would hurt a lot for a lot of people. Hopefully this person actually had the money to, you know, lose. Let's put it that way. Also, if USDT FUD and it gets completely removed from the market, will it cause USDT with the FUD or not? They just raised $1 billion for Bitfinex, $1 billion. So I wouldn't worry too much about USDT, because what will happen is Bitfinex, and this I'm telling you, this why this might even be indicative of why the pump is happening. Bitfinex might be taking those tethers that they just raised that $100 billion and be buying Bitcoin. And then as Bitcoin increases in price, what do you think will happen? They'll sell the Bitcoin to cover their $800 million loss and pay it back. Think about that. Okay, that's something maybe most people won't think about, but I always think about it. 100,000 Litecoin. Yeah, it's a crazy mistake, man. It's just, I feel sorry for this guy. So moving on, I'm just trying to keep it quick so some people don't want to listen all day. Joseph Lubin on Ethereum 2.0 said it's going to be 1,000 times more scalable within 24 months. So in a couple years, ETH will be a lot faster, a lot more scalable, a lot easier to use. Is that going to make it better? Maybe. They do have, and this is one thing, like I said, ETH was dead when we really was dead. But with this, all these changes, it's kind of helping it for sure with the infrastructure. But it has to work. So that's the only thing, is like, I want to see the proof of concept working. When it's working, they have more devs than every other project. They have more work than every other project. So the thing is with Ethereum, I don't think it's dead at all. I just think that there's going to be a lot of competition. So for it to get back to where it was before, it's going to be hard. Also, Ethereum doesn't have a cap of how many coins it can mine. Keep mining and mining forever. So that's also something we need to be very cognizant of, because it can't, if we mines forever, we're gonna have issues with that, obviously. Similar thing happened with Syscoin. Yeah, that did. I think that was actually some type of bot problem though with the Syscoin one. This one, it was apparently one person. Waves had this happen where it went to 1 sat. That was crazy too. Someone made 5,000% in like a second. This is why always cool to like put a very small amount at like a super stupid low sat and just see maybe if it hits. You could make a lot of money very easily. So the U.S. Senate, this is really interesting. They're now the banking committee are pressing Facebook to know, what are you doing in crypto? How are you guys going to affect us? We are hearing all these things like, you guys are going to come in and you guys are going to do, they're saying like, you guys are going to come in, you guys are going to be sitting there and changing this whole banking system. You have a lot of money. You're going to raise a lot more money. You're going to be able to do a lot of things that we already do. How are you going to affect us? So they're kind of worried about it. And so the social media giant, came in. Zuckerberg himself testified before Congress. Canadian legislatures have also called upon Zuckerberg to testify. Basically wants to find out if he's following the legal groundwork on how to actually do this. So very interesting. Another really big thing happening at Consensus right now. I got some friends, many friends there right now. Virtual currency is happening on eBay. So this is something that was just posted inside of inside of Consensus, inside the building, which is quite one of the building, and it's really interesting because it was leaked from Consensus before it even happened by one of the people I know. And is it a third-party deal? Is it going to be really eBay? Is it going to be through Wirex? Is it going to be through another company? That's what we have to wait and see, and we will see that soon. Another really big thing, Binance. So a lot of people ask me like, Joel, what is going to happen with the Binance with this whole non-withdrawal, this whole upgrade? Well, the last time we had an upgrade, we had a huge jump. But that was during a really bearish market. Now we're in a really bull market where people want to add more Bitcoin to Binance potentially to trade, or maybe they want to take it out because they're scared with the hack that happened. So there's a little bit of stuff going on where it's a little, it's kind of like people trying to figure out what is really going to happen with Binance. Are we going to pump right after this deposit withdrawal and everything opens back up? Are we going to dump? I personally think some people will put a lot of their money before this happens into Bitcoin. Bitcoin will pump, and then after it'll just continue to pump because all the other institutional markets are pumping as well. Like here, you can see the CME is at 8380, while Bitcoin's at 8200. So we can see that BTC USD actually has to catch up right now to the CME market. So the futures market's actually going higher and higher than the actual crypto market itself. Something really to take in consideration. Now, it might correct and meet in the middle, but the whole point is this is institutions, right? Most of the CME is institutional, like not FOMO, but it's institutional buyers. So keep that in mind. It's really important. And so this upgrade, it will go either way. It will go either that people will get rid of all their tethers and put them into BTC, worried. Some people think that it's margin trading going to be added on this update, which I think possibly is very, very commonly, it's not very common. I think it's very possible that this will happen. So keep that in mind as well. Now, just to touch on one negative thing. So yesterday, if you saw my video about this person, Mike Watkins from the Holistic Trader, who used to be working with me, who was supposed to be a professional TA artist, who ended up being pretty much, he ended up scamming me and then scamming other people. Now he is going on the tear saying that I scam people, and anyone that knows me in the industry would say, yeah, that's never possible. You're not rich. So yeah, that's definitely true. Never scammed anyone in my life, and this guy won't stop, even with all the evidence of the fake SEC letter, of the fake NDA, of all the lies, of stealing signals from signal groups, of people confirming that he stole signals from signal groups, of people confirming I have never scammed them, and all those things. And now he's trying to shed even more negative light on me, which people have commented on his posts and said, can't you just stop? It's enough. So I just want to show you that this is the bullying that even after all the stuff that I showed you is still going on. And even after that, he says that he's going to lodge the SEC again, talking about the SEC after he already lied and made a fake document, and he could actually be charged by the SEC in Thailand with an international warrant. He still continues to go on about a class action lawsuit that the SEC doesn't have anything to do with. So again, this formal legal class action lawsuit, that's actually not possible through an SEC, and he doesn't really know what he's talking about. He's just a troll. So don't pay attention if you see this kinds of stuff. It's not worth your while. Now back to BTC. Someone asked, 88 long term. I definitely think so. It's obviously getting eaten right now. Like I said to you guys, the alts get eaten by BTC when it runs, right? So you have to be very careful when you're trading alts, because even though they look good, they could also look quite bad. Like right now, Ethereum, 88, they still don't look very good. They all look kind of like this, very, very eaten up. And that's not a good thing, obviously, for anyone to see. No one likes seeing when everything is dumping so hard. So the whole idea here is that, ADA is pretty much at its bottom, and it's a very good coin, and it's got Shelby coming out, and there's a lot of there's going to be a lot of advancements in this project. It's a top 10. It will probably follow after Bitcoin chills. We've seen something beautiful with XRP today. About 2 weeks ago in our trading group, I said to everyone, watch XRP. It looks really, really beautiful to go on a move. And as we can see, it just shot right through the cloud, all the way up to about 41 cents almost, and now it's kind of consolidating in this range as it's finding support around 38 to 40 cents, which is great because it could go on another move. We saw it pull back a little bit, but then we're starting to see a little bit of a flag here forming where we could see a bull flag, which means it will go on the next ride up. If you don't know what that means, just look at Bitcoin to give you an example. If we go on the daily for Bitcoin, I can show you exactly what a bull let's go on the hourly, make it even easier, what a bull flag looks like. So it will pump, then it will consolidate like this, and then it will go on another pump. We can see it again if we just go down here a little bit. So here's another example right there. So bull flags look like this. They basically look like a flag that you can draw like that on the coin, and generally they'll pop up. Now this one didn't work, it failed, but if we're not using just that, we're using our Ichimoku clouds. Sorry. We're using Ichimoku clouds. Did you see this Kujin line? It will bounce off of that very often as it goes up. So it will go down, bounce off this line, which is Kujin, and then will come back up, where it will then come back down and bounce off that red line. So if you use it, make sure your settings are 2060, 120/30. That's not standard. So if you don't know how to do that with make sure you do, and also still draw your support and resistance lines. As you guys can see right here, I actually have to change these all because they have gone to become SR flips and now are not resistance, they are support. So that's pretty cool. We're seeing support at 70, 70, 80, and we have still support at 73.95 or 7400. So let's see where we go. Are we going to go up? We're going to go down? We'll have to wait to see. Is it a smart move to move alts to BTC now? Mario, you should have done that at the start of the run. I would do that potentially if I was you. It wouldn't be a horrible idea. But yeah, Bitcoin's making higher lows all the time. Higher lows means that it goes up and it comes down, but every time it comes down, it's not really getting lower on the chart. It's actually keeps going up and going higher. So we see that right here. We see it right here. We see it right here, here. So this is low, but this is higher low. This is a higher low. This is a higher low. You know, so when we come back down, it'll be a higher low. As long as it keeps doing that, we're going to keep moving up. Bitcoin should keep moving up. And I'm very bullish on it right now. I think we could hit 10K by the end of this week, very potentially. So I was calling 10K by the end of the year, but who could have expected such a strong market coming back? Actually, we could have, because it usually takes 3 weeks for Bitcoin to make all of its gains. So we could potentially see this go over 10K and then chill out for the summer and come back down. So like I said, take little bits of profit. It's never a bad idea. And if we have dips like we're having right now from 8,300, you look to buy the dips. It's never a bad idea. If there's no more questions, guys, I'm going to leave you for the day. It's been great seeing you all again. I'll be coming on almost every single day from now on to make these videos for all you and, you know, reconnect and let's do what we love doing for the last couple of years again. If you have any other questions, you know where to find me. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Those likes, smash them up. Those subscribes, click on them. And, you know, let's get back to what we were doing. Let's get back to bull season. Enjoy it. Love the gains. And take a little bit of your profits along the way and rebuy the dips, guys. Don't put all your position in all the time. You know, don't take high risks. Just make yourselves make some money and be happy, be merry, love life. Times are really good right now. Coach K signing out. Hope you guys have a great day.